Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Todd. Thank you so much for joining. This is the reaction stream. You have made it to the Todd Reacts channel. Glad you're here. Stay a while. Hit the follow button if you're watching live via Twitch. If you're watching later on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it greatly. It's free and easy way to support the channel. And yeah, hopefully you'll be notified when we're live again. So thanks so much for being here, everybody. We have 5 amazing member-requested videos for you today. We're going to start off really quick with a little rundown of how you do that. ToddReacts.com is the website. Check it out. These are the member-requesting tiers as you see before you. Thank you, Jace. Welcome, everybody. So go ahead and check those out. And, of course, on the website, we do have the queue, which is basically the member-requested videos that have not been reacted to yet. So you can actually see what's coming up in the future. And if you don't see something on there that you desperately want, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and sign up right there. Boom. Make it that easy for you. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, this is a YouTube channel. If you're not watching there right now, you can check it out. Hit the subscribe button. Over 14,900 of you have already done so. Thank you all. I am greatly appreciated. I appreciate it so much. You're amazing. I appreciate it. Over 1,200 videos in the backlog there. So if you haven't checked it out, you're watching live via Twitch, there's all the VODs you could ever possibly imagine are in here. So check it out. And of course, we do have playlists as well. So if you're looking for something specific, chances are you'll find it via that. And last but certainly not least is the one and only Todd Reacts Discord server. As you can see at the top, it tells you I'm live, which I am, which is super nice. It sends out a notification via the stream announcements channel right here that tells you that I'm live, which is very nice. So it gives you the exact moment. And of course, we have tons of different fandom channels for you to talk about what you're interested in. And then we do have community channels as well to get to know everybody. This is a very international audience, 368 members strong. Join us in there. We do host a monthly Discord-only stream that is basically like this, but it's with series member requests. So join us in there, and you can join the stream. Super fun, super interesting. It almost feels like a more relaxed, chill one because we're not live to Twitch, basically. I don't know. Psychologically, to me, it feels very chill, but eventually it does go to YouTube. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a psychological effect where I'm like, hey, I'm not technically live on Twitch. It feels more relaxed. It feels like we're just kind of hanging out. One big FaceTime call, really. But join us in there. It's a lot of fun. It's family-only feeling, exactly. Very much so. So if you want to join us in there and join the family, was that Olive Garden saying, if you're here, you're family? Join us in there. No breadsticks, unfortunately, but you can bring your own breadsticks. All right, let's go ahead and run down the lineup, shall we? We have 5 amazing member-requested videos, as I said before. We're going to start off with Riverdale, Betty, and Archie. And then after that, we do have 2 back-to-back Interview with a Vampire videos. I think they're both... they both have Lestat. They don't both have Louis. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. Lestat is in both, I'm pretty sure, just looking at the thumbnails. And then after that, we have My Chef in Crime. And at first, I'm like, is this supposed to be My Chief in Crime? And then I looked at it again. I'm like, no, that says Chef. That says absolutely Chef. So My Chef in Crime, the series, over 1 million views on this. It was released 8 months ago. They announced within the last few hours they got renewed for season 4. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. That's very cool. So we do have that pilot. Should be interesting. It's about 5 minutes long, 5.5 minutes. And then after that, we do have Dan and Phil play The Impossible Quiz. Part 1, we checked out Part 2 yesterday, which honestly, it was so funny because it made them look like utter geniuses. And of course, we had that iconic moment of Phil Lesta, you're a genius. So honestly, to me, they literally looked like geniuses because they were just flying through this quiz. So we're going to actually get to see a little bit of the slow grind of trying to figure out each and every level of the impossible quiz. Maybe you played it before. This video itself is over 10 years old. I remember playing it many moons ago, and just not having a great time. So I'm glad they're doing it and saving me the stress. So they can get stressed and freak out, and I will just chuckle and giggle and laugh and all that good stuff. So I can't wait. Cannot wait. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one. It's Betty and Archie, A Girl Before. The video description says, well, it mashes the keyboard and then it says, the angst, the confession, and the softness. My heart can't take it. I'm so happy right now. Endgame. I'm not even joking. That's literally what the description looks like. All right, let's bring it up and jump in. As you can see, that's what I was reading. All right, let's do it.
Who are you singing about? Archie?
I love that song, Archie. Sounds like you wrote it for someone special.
It's a song I wrote for you.
I know that look.
Percival's bringing up all these traumas back to the surface. Why?
What's wrong? To hurt you. Us.
What's wrong?
Just a nightmare.
Sorry I woke you, Betty.
No, it's okay. Make all those bad dreams go away with an early morning delay. Whatever it is, I think that we should face it together.
Day by day, Betty. We'll get through this together.
I'm asking you now, right now, if you love me, Archie.
I love you, Betty. Of course I love you, Betty.
I love you too, Archie.
But I can't give you the answer you want.
And so, it wasn't one heart that broke that night. It was two.
Dear Diary, today I fell in love with the boy next door. He has red hair,
going on, Witch?
freckles,
Welcome in.
and a scar on his eyebrow that he got when he fell off his bicycle. His name is Archie Andrews.
And a boy looked out his window at the girl next door, as if for the very first time.
Oh, that's a little jarring. They go to the window scene. They're like kids, innocent kids, like, hey, hi. And then the next scene is them just like, okay.
Because Archie's this lit window in the dark, and I don't want that light to ever go out.
And no matter what, like I said, I'm here. Feeling closer to you than I ever have.
Thank you.
Do you think that's how this ends?
Maybe. Maybe it does.
But for real, all in.
Dear Diary, love makes you do crazy things. I'm afraid that one day I might not be able to resist it. And that you'll be a victim to that darkness. Or at least fearful of it. I'm afraid that you'll look at me one day and decide you won't want to be with me because of who I am, who I've always been.
That's not gonna happen, Betty.
Well, you don't know that.
But I do. You may not trust yourself, Betty, but I trust you
Do you trust me?
with my life. Do you believe that? Do you believe me?
I think I do.
What's up, Zoe? Welcome in. Glad you could be here. Wow. Powerful song. Good grief. Excellent edit. Well done. Link down below in the video description on YouTube when this gets posted to YouTube. For the original video, go throw it some much-deserved love. Also check out their channel. They might have other videos and edits that might interest you. Wow. That was Endgame. That was a lot. Very sweet. Very sweet indeed. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Archie and Betty, or Barchie, I guess, is the pairing name. We've checked, I think we've checked this before, but we'll just kind of skim through real quick. All you can see is the darkness. All I see is someone who, despite everything that's happened to her, fought. And you're still fighting. And the fact that you're even worried about hurting me or anyone else shows what's in your heart. I love you, Betty. Oh, that's very sweet. I'm sure she feels seen. The relationship between Archie and Betty, commonly referred to as Barchie, of course, dates back to their childhood, as we saw in the window, right? When they lived next door to one another and became best friends. That is such a wonderful trope, isn't it? It's in books, it's in movies, it's in shows. I never quite had that level of friendship growing up where it was like, you know, friend growing up, and then eventually you get old enough and you start realizing like, wow, they might be the one. Like that was not a part of my life. But maybe it was part of yours, or maybe it was one of your friends that had kind of a life like that, which is very interesting. It's to me, it's a very like common movie trope or show trope or whatever. But I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it's there. Childhood friend turns into lover. I'm sure. Archie and Betty have been friends since they were 4 years old, and as the years passed, Betty grew to harbor romantic feelings for him, which she dared not reveal. They've always been in the same classes, and when Archie was in the 2nd grade, he was having trouble reading, so his teacher suggested that he should be held back a year. However, Betty was so against the idea of her and Archie not being in the same grade that she took it upon herself to tutor him every single day. When he passed, Archie kissed Betty and asked her to marry him. Whoa. Can you imagine? Can you imagine crushing over somebody and then all of a sudden they just kiss you and ask you to marry them? Like, that would just be insanity. She told him they were too young, but to ask again when they were 18, and that she'd say yes. I'm sure that was a very sweet moment. I watched Riverdale for a few seasons, and then I randomly saw clips from the later seasons. I was so confused. Yes, we've heard about this and discussed this before, how the later seasons of Riverdale were very interesting and kind of a departure from the rest of the show, which is very, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting concept. My grandparents met at age 3. Oh my gosh. See, the problem with that is I think of grandparents and I'm like, oh, the sweet old of yesteryear, you know, everything was a little more innocent and, you know, the internet wasn't around, so kids were having more, I don't know, wholesome childhood experiences. And then I'm also realizing I'm getting older, so maybe the grandparents aren't as old as what my grandparents were. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, my grandparents were born in, like, the 10s, like the 1910s. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm, you know, maybe my grandparents were a little older than most people nowadays. So it's just like, oh, okay, well. But I'm sure it was a nice, sweet, innocent time. Lily Reinhart opened up about accepting that she doesn't look 17 anymore, as she and the other Riverdale cast shared their honest thoughts on playing teenagers again in the final season. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to go through these seasons Wait, how many seasons are there? Did I say that? Let's see. How many seasons are there? Does it say on the main page? I feel like I've read that before. It's not coming to mind. 6 seasons? Is it 6? I don't know. 6 is just popping into my head. I don't know if that's accurate. Shoot. Seasons. 7. Dang it. Oh, man. I thought it was 6. 6 was just popping into my head. I thought that was real. Nope. 7. Darn. Yeah. Playing teenagers for 7 years is kind of wild. Kind of wild. Especially when they started, obviously not. Or at least they didn't look it. Suddenly this season, we're 17 again. I've looked at myself in the mirror and laughed at myself a couple times. I don't look like I'm 17. That's funny. Teen drama series which airs on the CW has become known for its wacky twists and turns over the years that it's been streaming. Final season takes place in 1955, with the characters having been reverted back to teenagers after Cheryl saved the world from a comet at the end of season 6. Now ahead of the release of the final episode later in this month, obviously this is a little old, the main cast of Riverdale, including Madeline, KJ, Cole Sprouse, Lily Reinhart, and Camilla, have shared their honest thoughts on the series coming to an end. Yes, none of them look like they're in high school. That is a fact. Sitting down with Vulture, KJ, who plays protagonist Archie, began by noting that once the show comes to an end, he'll have a lot to learn about his identity, given that most of it has been connected to the Riverdale role. You know what's wild to me? He kind of looks like Stefan from Vampire Diaries, does he not? There's like a weird... I'm catching like a very... I don't know. Not a 1-for-1, obviously, but there's like a little bit. Like I recently saw him on a clip for the Call Her Daddy podcast, and I was just like... I'm sitting here like, he kind of looks like the actor who plays Stefan, doesn't he? My mom was a young mom, and her mom was a young mom, so my grandma became a grandma at the age of 38. Oh, my gosh. Woo. Well, to put that into perspective, my mom was 40 years old when she had me. So, she literally could have been a grandma having a kid. I think the last time I watched Riverdale, they were fighting a gargoyle king. A gargoyle king? Really? That's interesting. Can kind of see what you mean. KJ Apa is Samoan, I believe, but white passing. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I'm catching a little... I can't even remember his name. Oh, that's a shame. I have a lot to learn about myself. I spent so many pivotal years on it and had to navigate through lots of big changes while the show was the only really consistent thing in my life, he said. I mean, I've walked around with red hair for the past 7 years. There's a part of my identity that I want to get back that I don't really feel connected to. KJ later went on to speak about his excessive shirtless scenes across the series, admitting that he didn't enjoy filming them toward the end. It can mess with your head a little bit. At first, as a young child, which is what I was, I thought it was cool. You almost want the opportunity to be shirtless. I was like, yeah, let me take my shirt off. Boom. When he was 19 when Riverdale premiered. Now he's 26. And then you got to consistently stay in incredible shape. It takes a toll. Even saying that I didn't feel comfortable, I had a hard time with. I thought people would be like, why not? Just effing do it, bro. Camilla later chimed in to say that the cast were never forced to do anything and that the show's producer was very understanding. We need to say Roberto is always very understanding of us, and there's nobody forcing us to do anything. It's just the nature of being on a teen show. On the subject of accepting their changing bodies, Lily admitted it's trippy looking back on her body in older episodes of the show. It's been trippy to grow up in the show and constantly see images of myself from when I was like 19, 20, 21. My body does not look like that anymore. Lily was 20 when the series began, and she's currently 26. And suddenly this season, we're 17 again. I've looked at myself in the mirror and laughed. Obviously, this is what I just read. Laughed at myself a couple times. I don't look like I'm 17, and I'm okay with that. But it's this weird feeling like you have to fit yourself back into this box that you presented to the world when we first stepped into these characters, just being an actor in general. You feel like you're holding yourself to a consistent standard of, I must not age, I must not continue to look like I did, or I must continue, to look like I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is, you know what though? Frankly, it's not terrible. They were supposed to be, 17? And she was actually 20? I mean, it's not horrific. I mean, if the show started and she was 26, trying to be a 20 or a 17-year-old, that would look insane, because at this point she'd be in her 30s. But, yeah, no, I think they actually nailed it. They got close enough. The fact that KJ was 19 playing a 17-ish year old, I think that's totally, honestly, it's quite an improvement over what Hollywood typically does. You know, I love the show Smallville, but man, there was no way Tom Welling was anywhere close to a high schooler when they started filming that. Madeline, who was 22, okay, now we're kind of getting there. Began streaming, is now 28 now. Noted that she felt so crappy about her body at a recent lingerie shoot that she cried and tried on 6 different outfits before remotely feeling okay. But in spite of all this, the Riverdale cast noted that they all love the concept of playing teenagers again. I love it. I think it's kinky, said KJ. Going from playing characters in their 20s to adolescents, while Cole, who plays Jughead, added that he prefers playing a teen to a 25-year-old. Camille went on to say, I honestly think that the reason we had to go back in time and be 17 again was that we could enjoy the last season all together in the most wholesome Archie Comics way possible. Elsewhere during the interview, Lily opened up about struggling to see the way Riverdale has been made fun of online over the years, with the series being called cringeworthy. Were you calling it cringeworthy over the years? Is that what we're going? Is that what we went with? Honestly, I totally missed that because obviously I was not part of the fandom or anything like that, but cringeworthy due to its wacky and unpredictable content. It's interesting. The actor actually made note of the internet kind of calling it cringy. That is, that's breaking the fourth wall. You're not supposed to know that. I think it's important to acknowledge that our show is made fun of a lot. Dang, she's calling people out. Is she calling you out specifically? Were you one? People seeing clips taken out of context and are like, what? I thought this was about teenagers. And we thought so as well in season 1, but it's really not been easy to feel that you're the butt of the joke. Well, I hope the paycheck has helped that. I don't mean that to be a jerk. I'm just saying, it is what it is. You can't control people's opinions. If they think it's cringeworthy or they make some jokes, you just gotta roll with it. And my advice would be to not look too deeply into the internet, because you will be staring back at yourself. It gets kind of crazy. So, man, that's unfortunate. Lily went on to note that she and the rest of the cast are passionate about their careers as actors, making the online jokes about Riverdale all the more difficult to see. Okay. We gotta get them out of the comments. Out of the comments. Off the message boards. That is not healthy. Let people have their fun as well. I mean, if they want to make jokes about it, it is what it is. Quote, we all want to be actors. We're passionate about what we do. So when the absurdity of our show became a talking point, It was difficult. It is, quote, what the F? That's the whole point. When we're doing our table reads and something ridiculous happens, Roberto's laughing because he understands the absurdity and the campiness. Well, yeah. That's tough. That's tough. It, Yeah, no, that definitely hurt. That definitely hurt is what I'm getting from that, which sucks, obviously. You know, you are doing this professionally and you want it to be good, right? So I'm assuming having people making fun of it, having people, you know, seeing jokes and butt of the joke and stuff like that, it would sting. It would sting a little bit. As a Doctor Who fan, I never laughed at the corniness of the show because Doctor Who is the king of corny show for nerds. It feel like it's almost, I guess it's kind of an inside joke, maybe. You know, if you watch, you know, if you know kind of thing. Like maybe if you're really into Riverdale, like you just accepted the fact that it was very campy and you know, it just is what it is. It's meant to be a little ridiculous sometimes, that kind of thing. And obviously the general public, if you're not actively watching the show and you see something out of context, you're going to be like, you're not going to get the ridiculousness. You're not going to be like understanding of the tongue-in-cheek, the inside joke of, we know this is ridiculous. Like, I totally understand that. Uli Reinhardt won't bash Riverdale over a few crazy plot lines. Quote, I'm not embarrassed of it. I'm sitting in my house because of Riverdale. Oh, God. Who was asking these questions? That's wild. Still wearing Betty Cooper's high ponytail with pride, the Riverdale alum who spent several seasons battling cults, serial killers, her own evil half-brother, and an entity known as Gargoyle King. There we go. Gargoyle King. On the famously bonkers CW show, is moving on to new projects, but that doesn't mean she feels the need to separate herself from the series that launched her career. Anyone who bashes the work that got them to where they are is doing themselves a disservice. Call the show crazy. It was. It gave me so much, and I'm so thankful for it. She is very defensive about this show. Which, hey, I get. She might have been exposed to a little bit of online, you know, trolling. But at the end of the day, like I said, I hope the money made up for it. And obviously she played right into that joke, right? I'm not delusional to the fact that I'm sitting in my house because of Riverdale. So hopefully it's a very nice house, of course. But, yeah, no. Hey, you're getting paid at the end of the day, right? You want it to be, you know, enjoyed. You want it to be respected. Your work, certainly. And if people make fun of it, whatever. You know, let it roll off your back. It is what it is. The check's still cleared, right? So, I don't know. I think that's why a lot of major actors don't have social media, is so they don't have to put up with that. Like, I know for a fact there's some, they might deny it. I'm sure that there's some actors going into projects realize that they're going in for a paycheck and just to work, right? It's not going to be the greatest movie greatest movie that ever aired. It's not going to be the greatest show that ever hit streaming. So you do it for the paycheck, and you do it, obviously, you give it your all, that kind of thing. And if people, you know, make fun of it or don't enjoy it as much as you would hope, at the end of the day, you're still getting paid. So it's a job. Job is a job, right? Spanning 137 episodes, Riverdale began as a brooding adaptation of Archie comics and soon garnered reputation for taking huge swings with unpredictable plot lines and campy character choices. First season presented as a murder mystery, while later story beats would grant its characters superpowers, transport them to alternate dimensions, explore different time periods, and even showcase their song and dance talents with occasional musical episodes. Looking back on it now, Reinhardt says the series left her ready to tackle any possible acting challenge. Feel like I could do anything because I had this 7-year runway of experience. Yeah, that's a very good point. It probably was very good experience. It's going to be incredibly sad. I know I'll never be on a show that's 7 seasons long ever again. She added, I really do love Betty, and I cherish her as a character and as a woman. I feel so honored to have played her. Yeah, 7 seasons, that is rare. If you're on multiple shows that last a long time, chances are you're a very good actor. Or you just have the greatest agent ever who just gets you all these different parts. Or at least gets you to read for all these. KJ, no one expected our CW show Riverdale to be a big success. Well, it did have the IP going into it, for sure. People know Archie. People know Archie's comics. People know Betty, of course. I didn't read it myself. I don't have a massive knowledge base about Archie comics going into this. But I had still heard the name. The name is huge, right? So at least it had that kind of going for it to begin with. And obviously they had to create buzz and an audience and keep the audience, of course. It's grown pretty fast. I don't think any of us expected it to grow this fast, he says. Quote, I'm just trying to not let it get too gnarly. Shout out Cat's Eye. 19-year-old New Zealand actor also tells Newsbeat that he doesn't see himself at the center of the popular series. Riverdale has been praised for its talented cast and twisted murder plot. This is obviously a very old article, because I think they went past the murder plots, right? Plays main character Archie Andrews says the show is called Riverdale, not Archie, and I think it's all about the four of us. I don't really see myself at the center of it. I'm still taking it step by step every day. Show also stars Cole Sprouse, Louis Reinhardt, Camilo Mendez. In lead roles, the four are known to be friends in real life as well as playing best friends in the show. Quote, it's awesome to be able to work with my mates. We spend a lot of time together. But at the same time, it's good to get a break every now and then. This is so funny and so true. Most people don't know he's not American until they meet him. Quote, sometimes when it's been a while, you worry about if he can still act. Like, I haven't spoken an American accent in a long time. I meet a lot of people and they're like, what? You're from New Zealand? And it's good to see the surprise on their face from going to press events. It's really rare to meet a fellow Kiwi. That's so funny. Oh, there's certainly some actors that you hear them at a press event and you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They do speak with, some other accent or whatever, Certainly Christian Bale's one of them. For the longest time, it was Mel Gibson as well. Russell Crowe. Who else? I would actually say if you're only familiar with Tom Holland during the Spider-Man movies, you might not know. You might not know that he's English, right? The guy who plays Buck in 911, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, there's certainly a few where you're just like, wow. I didn't see that coming. KJ just revealed his favorite Riverdale line, quote, I was in prison when I said that. Let's see. There it is. I was looking for this part of the article. I would say that one is the best one, the epic highs and lows of football. Before Madeline Klein agrees that her favorite line from the series, quote, "I think I was in prison when I said that," he adds. Let's see. I think it was just that little part of it. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It's only really a comic series known in America so far as I know. I'd only heard of references in Friends before and didn't know what it was. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it was very old, obviously. Very old comic. And no, all I had heard was the name of Archie. And I definitely heard the name Jughead, because that's kind of a name that's sticks out, you know? So it's like memorable in that way, like Jughead. What a weird nickname. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember seeing that they were making a show based off it, and I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know anything about it, so obviously I didn't check it out. But as we've found out in this whole journey that we've been on, it's not the smartest idea. If you don't know anything about it, probably a good reason to check it out. See if you like it, see if it's interesting, all that good stuff. What's up, Jack? I've entered to Riverdale. Yes, you have. We just finished. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hopefully it's a good one. Well, it's late Friday. It's pretty good. Although, I guess if you're on the west coast of the U.S., it's not late Friday. You're still stuck in it. And I'm so sorry. All right, let's move on to the next. We have back-to-back Interview with the Vampire. We're going to start off with Seamstress. Here we go. Why does it look like that? Is it the... Well, The video is very 16:9 widescreen, so you can kind of see some of the beneath it a little bit. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it, honestly. All right, here we go. Seamstress. Drop the announcement for season 4. Appreciate it. Helping my dad sell waffles tomorrow. Nice. Shouldn't be too difficult. Waffles are delicious. Last 25 minutes of the birthday. Make it count.
I kept an angel in a box beneath my bed. Little beast had broke her jaw. Then I tried to fix her head. They said I had to put her back. That I had to put her back exactly where I found her. But I know I saw that she was doing good until the cat got her. And I came to write a letter, but my pen was full of hymns. I came to drown her sorrow. It seems they've learned to swim. Mouth full of pins and heart pumping gasoline. It's late, I'm still at the sewing machine, stitching up strays 15 years. But this one's mean. Well, I fixed you up when they said you were past repair. And I stitched you up, I thread a needle with my hair. And I fixed you up when you were still a common sparrow. But look who's on the shoulder now, when the road goes narrow. I kept an angel in a box beneath my bed. Little bitch had broke her jaw, and I tried to fix her head. They said I had to put her back, that I had to put her back exactly where I found her. But I know I saw that she was doing good until the cat got her. Well, I'm putting you out of my misery. We ain't got much, but we got history. It was a mercy kill, no. It was a suicide, no. It was an accident, no. Well, at least I tried. in a seam ripper. Tough love in a tape measure. Stitching up boys is different that way. You fix a bird, you buy a cage. You fix a man and, oh, you fix a man and he flies away. When I ran out of thread, I couldn't let go. But that's not sewing, that's just poking holes. And it's a strange breed, a different kind of creature. Looks for love through the eye of a needle. But the creed of the seamstress is that you're pretty in peace. I kept an angel in a box beneath my bed. Little beast that broke her jaw, and I tried to fix her head. Instead I had to put her back, that I had to put her back exactly what found her. But I know I saw she was doing good until the cat got her. Take a seat and let me get a look at your face. Busted, back's been broke for days, not much. Little something for the pain, don't fuss or I'll never get a thing to lay straight. And I keep it clean as I can with just the machine and a mattress plus. I never did need for a pad and just some good restraint to my bedside manner. Sewing, that's just poking holes. When I ran out of thread, I couldn't let go. But that's not sewing, that's just poking holes.
Oh my gosh. Whew. That was a fever dream of gore and relationships. Whoa. Whew. If you are not prepared, it hits you. It hits you hard. Link down below in YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Let's check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. Let's pull up some information on Interview with the Vampire, shall we? Music's most dangerous immortal. Fresh off his tour stop in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Lestat de Lioncourt opens up reluctantly about music fame and fandom. Steps off stage as the roar of the crowd echoes behind him, moving through a dimly lit backstage hall, damp with heat and plastered with posters. I trail a few paces behind as documentarian Daniel Malloy shadows him closely, close enough that the friction between them is tangible even without a word spoken. Shirtless, Lestat peels off into his dressing room. The door shuts. I'm left outside with a couple crew members who don't seem interested in conversation. Oh my gosh. And to think I used to write like this. That's crazy. It is a lot. I know it's to hook the reader. I just move right on past it. As you continue your tour, is there anything from your past you wish people understood differently? Lestat, there's an entire airport paperback dedicated to misunderstanding my history. The planet hurtling towards end times. We've all limited hours left, I'm afraid, and I'm extremely aggravated to spend mine defending libelous invention. There's a description of a necktie I was said to have worn while Mr. Duloc and I were commiserating once with Thomas Anderson. Some horrid angled gold and red travesty. I would never wear such a tie. Start there. Neckties aside, how would you describe your music for anyone who is unfamiliar with Stat? How would you describe a rain cloud yet to rain? Or the contents of a locked box? I suppose I wouldn't. Let's try something else. What is your favorite era of music? What inspires your sound? Lestat said, the last 5 years of Bach, the first 3 years of Monk, the Zombies, Odyssey, and Oracle, and F the Pain Away by the Peaches. Everything else before that, after, or in between is disposable. So what should people expect from you on tour? The fortunate soul who purchases a ticket to my tour will understand their life as follows: before the Vampire Lestat and after the Vampire Lestat. Speaking of fans, there are some who generally believe they are destined to be with you. What would you say to them? Lestat said, I'd say their ambition is admirable, only topped by their level of delusion. What about the fans who send their art? What do you do with it? Lestat said, if it was made for me, if it somehow miraculously found its way to me, its journey has been successful. I abandon it immediately. Fans are tattooing themselves with tour quotes and lyrics. Is there one line you think deserves that kind of immortality? Immortal? A tattoo on a mortal body? Is that your definition of immortality? For that particular canvas, look no further than my song Long Face. Speaking of immortality, you've lived in New Orleans for centuries and you've seen its beauty and its darkness evolve. Where should someone go to experience New Orleans through your eyes? There's a crypt in Metairie Cemetery that recently received its host. I'd encourage a gift-bearing pilgrimage there if one found themselves marooned in the Crescent City. Finally, what kind of summer are you planning? Should we be preparing for chaos? Lestat said, call your mother and tell her you love her. Hang up. Then put your head between your knees and wait for the sound of the horseman's hooves. You can never be prepared for the vampire with stat. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. I love that. An interview with Rolling Stone as your character. Phenomenal. Vampire Lestat is the best show of the decade, says this review. Buckle up, beautiful unwell, because the Vampire Lestat takes us on one hell of a ride. Showrunner Roland Jones and his team have taken Anne Rice's iconic body of work and turned it into a must-watch show of the decade. From the look of things, they're just getting started. Media was provided with the first 6 episodes of the 7-episode season. From the very first moments of the season premiere until the final thrilling moments of episode 6, I was struck by a huge revelation. Jones, AMC's social media team, and the entire cast of The Vampire Lestat have been giving us so much more than breadcrumbs in all the teasers, trailers, and social media content. So much has been hiding in plain sight the whole time. You'll want to make plans to go back after the season wraps to connect all the dots. Truth be told, I binged all 6 back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I was up until about 4 a.m. because I couldn't stop watching. That definitely, if I was given something like that, like, hey, here's 6 episodes to check out, I would start at like 6 a.m. because I feel like that's a good place to start. Just right in the absolute morning. I think I did that once when I was watching. I think I made the choice to watch. I think I did this with my brother. We watched all the extended editions of the first 3. Well, I guess the only 3 Lord of the Rings movies. I think we got done at around like 1 a.m. or something like that. It was quite the time. I enjoyed it. Felt like a one big epic, you know? Oh, it's a beautiful time. I haven't binge watched something in such a long time. I'm just now realizing that. I used to do that constantly. Certainly during the pandemic, that was like a given. Everybody was doing that. But I can't remember the last time I watched something back to back to back to back to back to back, just all the way through. It can't be Scrubs. No way. That's been too long. That was, well, back in the pandemic days, really. I remember they were taking it off Netflix or something like that. So I just watched. This is back when password sharing was totally cool. I watched every episode and I tried to rush through every season. And man, that was a wild time. I absolutely loved it. I haven't done that in a while. Truth be told, I binged all 6. I keep thinking back to my 15-year-old self reading The Vampire Lestat as a sophomore in high school during the week when the teachers were out on strike. I don't think I could have imagined the book coming to life so perfectly, and yet here we are. Vampire Lestat is prestige television at its finest. It's a definition of appointment television. It's the kind of show where you'll be on social media, the new water cooler, during commercial breaks to see if anyone else picked up on everything you just witnessed. Chock full of Easter eggs, unrelenting pace, a story that masterfully blends several books into one narrative, the most cohesive and talented cast imaginable. After rejoining society, this is kind of a rundown of it. Lestat is forging a path for himself in his new era. He's writing music, he's flirting with Louis. His biggest concern is the noise coming from the garage band across the street from his flat in Montreal. His peaceful existence is upended when Daniel Malloy publishes Interview with a Vampire. Suddenly, everyone's talking about vampires. There are kids dressed up as Armand and Claudia for Halloween. Furious with his portrayal in the book, Lestat turns to music as a way to leave his mark on the world, while also doing a complete rewrite of Malloy's completely inaccurate tale. Lestat, even ever the thespian, wants to live in the limelight again, so he sets out to become a rock star. He has a band and a tour bus and a lawyer and the music. He's not selling out stadiums. Jones hinted at this in the Vampire Lestat After Dark, noting that becoming a rock star in the mid-2020s is a choice. Rock music isn't what it used to be, and Lestat wants more. I look forward to his mixtape coming soon. The narrative jumps around the recent past to recent events, to the distant past, and back to the present. Viewers get a glimpse of Lestat's tortured childhood, the people who shaped his journey, bold choices he's making now as a rock star in the crosshairs. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Appreciate the subscription there, Jace. Thank you so much. Appreciate the gifted sub, Jack. I did miss it. Dang, I didn't even get an audio notification or nothing. That's crazy. As much as the story revolves around Lestat, so much of the Lestat story is rooted in the people around him: Louis, Daniel, Armand, Gabriella, members of his band, and so much more. Reed delivers the performance of a lifetime. Lestat is a lot. He's high and low and happy and sad and everything in between all at once. He's a rock star. Reed navigates it all, makes it look so easy, even though there's no way that everything he's doing takes a ton of work, dedication, focus, and a team of people to make it happen. Most importantly, make it look good. If he's not nominated for an Emmy, it'll be a crime. I've seen a lot of Daniel Malloy in all the teasers and trailers for the series. Bogosian gets to play Daniel as a young vampire who lived his mortal life as an investigative journalist, and he's after another story. Specifically, he wants Lestat's story. He's putting together a documentary, which means he's got an all-access pass to Lestat's world. We get to see Bogosian and Reed together, and as someone who lived through the drug-fueled 70s and 80s as a mortal man, Daniel Malloy might be the only vampire who can keep up with Lestat's antics. Bogosian has his fingerprint all over Daniel Malloy this season, and it's so much fun to see. Several singles released ahead of the premiere: Longface, All Fall Down, Butterscotch, B-Word, Your Biggest Fan, and a cover of Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself. Fans have already been treated to a sampling of Daniel Hart's incredible music. To the fans at his shows, the music is part of the spectacle. To the vampires in attendance, the music is a history lesson and a warning. To viewers at home, the music paints a vivid picture of the man and the vampire that we came to know in Interview with the Vampire through Louis' slightly muddled narrative. Perfect birthday gift, indeed. Vampire Lestat would still be a good show without Hart songs, of course, but the score elevates the show to something special. In terms of pacing, Lestat moves at breakneck speed throughout most of the story, and that's reflected in the pacing. When Lestat was on drugs, there were moments when I felt like I was either in the middle of a circus on a Saturday night with gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson. It's almost too much, but in the best of ways. Probably felt like you were watching, oh gosh. What is that movie? Oh, with Johnny Depp. Something about Las Vegas. It's based on Hunter S. Thompson. Oh, why am I blanking on the name of that? Oh, boy. Rollins' vision for the vampires, one thing is abundantly clear. Roland Jones, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. Fear and loathing in Las Vegas. That's it. Gosh. I could come up with everything except fear and loathing, apparently. They're juggling multiple stories across Anne Rice's collection. Thank you for that, by the way. And as a fan of both the books and the series, I truly believe that everything we've seen across both seasons of Interview with the Vampire and Vampire Lestat are setting up a very bright future. From a 2015 fan design to an official Rolling Stone cover. That's crazy. Back in 2015, artist Lilith MF shared on DeviantArt. Wow, shout out DeviantArt. A fan design portraying Tom Cruise as a rock star Lestat on a Rolling Stone magazine cover. The original photo of Tom Cruise is actually from his 2013 movie Rock of Ages. Yep, saw that. Where he plays a rock star. The fan edit has been going around in the TVC fandom for years as a what could have been vision of Lestat if Warner Brothers had made a sequel to the 94 Interview with the Vampire. Now, with the Vampire Lestat season close to being released, AMC actually partnered with Rolling Stone for an official in-universe interview with Lestat, played by Sam Reed, of course, about his tour and his life as a rock star. That's crazy. Crazy. Made it into existence. That's really cool. It's really neat. Love that. Not the bow on Bach. Come on now. The reluctant rock star. As Sam Reed enters the third season playing Lestat, he's still pushing his own boundaries for a role he considers an amazing gift. Quote, I got asked a lot if playing a rock star was fun. It must look like it's fun. And that's all that matters. I look back in retrospect and think, wow, that was a wild thing to have done. Playing a villain opens yourself up. It opens the audience up to questions about themselves. So if you can get over the shame of putting yourself out there to be a piece of meat, the opportunity to kick and scream and be vulnerable and show the worst and best parts of humanity is an amazing gift. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's jump into the next one, shall we? It is Lestat and Louis, entitled Villain. As we literally just said, we literally just read Sam Reed's quote on playing a villain. So it's fitting. It's absolutely fitting. A bit more of an obscure song choice for this one, said the editor. But it's an old favorite of mine, and every time I hear it, I think of these two and their messy breakup. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Bring the mess. Let's do it. Let's see it. I'm your villain, Lestat and Louis.
Beneath his flimsy gentleman's veneer, Lestat was trivial, vapid, vulgar, maniacal.
You were sitting right there on the fire escape, and you look into her eyes, said, I think it's gonna rain tonight. I feel like screaming.
Be my companion.
One and saying, don't freak out. Now you're kissing that girl I shouldn't worry about. How do you think I'm dealing?
This is obscure.
Of course I wanted you to stay, but you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Of course I want you anyway. Of course I do. Yeah, I do.
Go away.
Or do you miss me?
Now you're in her room, getting undressed. I curse you on the front of the steps. I'll burn
Yes.
this
I'm gonna
house.
fucking kill you.
I mean it.
But you were alive. You'd have done it already.
If she's the girl of your dreams, the best thing you've ever seen, well, what does that make me then? I'm your villain. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
I'm a lot.
I'm your
I'm not perfect.
That's why you're always gonna be alone.
Now I'm drunk and I
This song is so trippy. It's so trippy. It's so like light and feathery and whimsical. But the lyrics are like, I'm your villain. And I'm just like, these things are not lining up. It's very interesting.
Romeo! Let's start.
Finally.
Fucking tired of holding on to it.
Let's start.
Told you I loved you. Go away.
Calm down.
Jesus Christ, just move on already. Oh, don't you think in here? I'm trying.
Really?
Everything is here. I wanted you to change, but you didn't. No, you didn't.
Why do you do this, Lestat?
Of course I want you anyway. Of course I do. Yeah, I do.
I'll stay, I'll never leave you.
Now you're in her room, getting undressed. I curse you on the front of the steps. I'll burn.
1,000 nights of sulking and the first sight of her, you were just gonna up and leave me?
A daughter. Dreams the best thing you've ever seen. Well, what does that make me then? I'm your villain.
Happy? We were not happy.
I've loved you with all my soul.
Blacked out, babe, and I can't shut up. Whole town's gonna hear how you messed me up. You don't wanna know, well, that's too bad. Oh, my
Fuck you!
mind, and I said some shit, but I miss you more than I'm in any of it. Oh, and isn't that just sad? Now you're in her room, getting undressed. I curse you on the front of the steps. I'll burn this house. I mean,
I've come to kill you.
if she's the girl of your dreams, you love
Love of my life. I'll be with him.
well, what does that make me then? I'm your villain.
There was a night when
All right, the
told
song's
me
growing
I'd
on
be
me.
alone forever.
The single worst thing that a vampire can feel is loneliness. There was more than one person in the theater that night who could have saved you.
I'm your villain.
He didn't save you. Lestat did.
My gosh. Oh, wow. That was a trip. That was an absolute trip. Number one, the edit was phenomenal. Told an incredible story. Beautiful. You could see the pain in the eyes of Lestat. But, yeah, that song was a trip. That song was an absolute trip. That first verse, I'm like, what is this? I'm hearing like bells, and it's like heartbreak, I'm your villain, but it's like very sweetly said, I'm your villain. And then as soon as we got the, extra instruments in there and it sounded a little bit more full, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I got it. It started to make more sense. I don't know. What is that song? Who sings this? Maisie Peters, Villain. Very interesting. I've never heard that before. Very cool. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Also check out their channel. They might have other interesting edits that you want to check out. Maybe more obscure songs that you can learn and hear for the first time. Always love that. All right, let's get back to the information here. Love Bites from Sam Reed playing the vampire Lestat comes with pleasure and perhaps a nip of pain. Interesting. The newest incarnation of Anne Rice's Undead series draws on rock and roll to flesh out the vampire that Reed tells Vanity Fair is an addictive character, as Tom Cruise or Stuart Townsend might attest. More than 50 years after Anne Rice published her debut novel, fans of Rice's Vampire Chronicles traded compliments on custom designs and Etsy finds befitting the florid Gothic romance. Ornate chokers, lengthy crimson talons, bedazzled crop tops, and pin-covered tote bags bearing the messages of I heart vampires, black lace gloves paired with t-shirts depicting Lestat, the couple at the center of the steamy TV adaptation. Show follows the dark, century-spanning relationship between brooding 1800s New Orleanian Louis Dupont du Lac and his maker, Lestat de Lioncourt. Interview ended with the tender reunion between Lestat and Louis, and audience's appetite for the sexy bloodsuckers, arguably the hottest couple on TV, has only grown in anticipation of the latest installment of their story. Quote, he just hits every brick wall, Reed said of his character. He runs full pelt and smashes into every single one of them. 39-year-old Australian actor likens playing this character to when intrusive thoughts take over, and then the intrusive thought goes, welcome to my world. It's like having a lucid dream. Lestat kicks off his eponymous show by following in the footsteps of many a heartbroken, long-haired mortal. He turns to rock and roll to alternately tend and mask his wounds, which quickly establishes the Vampire Lestat is an electrifying showcase for Reed's vocal talents and emotional dexterity. Stepped on stage at the Beacon Theater to introduce himself as the immortal musician. He looked every bit the part. Moody, opulent costuming, glitter-dusted cheekbones that screamed, I'm not even going to say that. You can read that yourself. Before he sang a single campy lyric, concertgoers who'd packed into the nearly 3,000-person venue screamed with a zeal that felt entirely outside time, as though we'd gathered to witness an exclusive David Bowie seance rather than a promotional concert for a TV show headlined by a fictional vampire. For nearly 30 minutes, Reed held the theater in rapturous awe as he wound his way through 6 original songs from the show. During a transition, the enigmatic blonde-haired Lestat pulled a fringe sash off his partially exposed torso and tossed it behind him. Without turning from the audience, the sash landed perfectly on a mic stand as though guided there by phantasmal force. Reed's portrayal of the mercurial vampire is so engrossing, so vivid, so wildly different from his own calm, quiet demeanor that at times it felt like as though he had been possessed by the spirit of Rice's fictional character. That is kind of wild. That is kind of wild. Imagine being a part of the audience. That must have felt like a trip. Like you're living the show. Quote, you're kind of throwing every ball up in the air, Reed said. If the first 2 seasons of Interview felt like drinking one too many old fashions in an amber-hued cigar bar, watching The Vampire Lestat is more akin to mixing vodka with some uppers handed to you by a stranger at a music festival on a weeknight. What was that joke that I saw on Instagram? It was like vodka and Red Bull. 2 things that shouldn't be mixed together, that should be separate because it literally both those items are going in opposite directions. Oh gosh. Pacing is more frenetic, the narration more biting, flashbacks more jarring, come downs more harsher. When we spoke, Reed told me, I do worry sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I'm stuck here. Like, I kind of need to do a little bit of physical exorcism. He's very addictive a character. It's very fun. Showrunner Roland Jones said, quote, this was the Odyssey if it was going to be going inside Lestat in his brain, in his heart. One of the pleasures of watching Vampire Lestat is that it does not present itself as an unbiased or factual corrective to Louis' perspective, but shines a light on the vulnerabilities that Louis either couldn't see or willingly ignored. Quote, I think that Louis underplayed the fact that they could make each other laugh, says co-star Anderson. You have to remember they were friends, they're lovers, and they're friends, and they like each other. If Louis' recollections assembled Lestat in the shape of a melodramatic, occasionally villainous lover with delusions of grandeur, then Lestat's narration of his own life is partly a pointed response to those perceived mischaracterizations. Quote, you're just going to go on a little effing fever dream with Lestat, and you'll care about him, and you'll be moved by him, and you'll understand him better, said Jones. This is such a funny way to put it. On stage at the Beacon, for example, Reed's demeanor started to show the cracks in Lestat's brash, disaffected rock star persona as soon as it came time to address his one-time lover. Midway through a song called Big Bad Wolf, Reed paused to ask the audience a series of pointed questions. Did you ever love someone that didn't love you back? I know you know who I'm talking about. Did you ever try to let someone back in after they came to you with what feels like softness in their eyes and a grief in their heart? He asked, before naming the betrayal that kicks off this chapter of Lestat and Louis' convoluted multi-century love story. Reed's mid-concert interrogation captured much of what The Vampire Lestat does best across its multi-episode arc. He's always performing in some capacity, so it felt like the right extension of his personality, Reed said. It's a wonderful place. I mean, it's very hectic, I must say, being in his mind, but it's a wonderful place to be because he's so confident. He's got a lot of flaws, but he's also so confident to be able to just walk into any room and know that he has control over it. He's really a very uninhibited character, so it's a very alluring sort of attractive space to live in.
It's inevitable. What do I know? But it's there's no way we can't continue this saga. We can't continue Lestat and Louis, and then I'm very pleased with the third season of Mayfair Witches. I actually think it's a different show. I think we have done something where we've rebooted or sort of. I just think it's a lot more fun. I think it's a lot more irreverent, and it benefits. We've made some really significant changes, and then we have 2 or 3 that probably I shouldn't announce quite right now, but we are robustly developing, and hopefully we'll have before you know it a third show and hopefully a fourth.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
You who have called to me, not knowing my name. You with your dresses stained, your faces down in the mud. I have heard you. And I say this to you now. Do not let them shape you into the size of their cage. Women, get up. Out of the ditches where they have thrown you, and come with me now to where the men are gathered. And do what you have longed to do. Kill them all.
Ooh, Queen of the Damned. I've definitely checked out that movie. Oh my. Oh my. I felt like I was being yelled at. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I checked out Queen of the Damned, the movie, probably at this point a couple months ago. Maybe like 6 months ago at this point. And, I had seen it. I had seen GIFs of it. I had seen scenes of it. That was the character that was in the movie played by Aaliyah. Correct. I saw the one with Aaliyah. And I was like, you know what? This is very good. And obviously I recognized some of the character names. And I was like, oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I was like, why didn't I watch this earlier? Like, it was I think I actually checked it out in October, which is when I was watching, scary movies and October-y movies, if you will, just to get in that kind of state of mind, the mood of the season. Yeah, it was good. And I'm like, why didn't I? This thing's been out forever. Why didn't I check this out? So I'm glad I did. And if you haven't seen it, highly recommend. Maybe check it out in October, maybe late September, kind of getting that, seasonal mood. But yeah, this looks terrifying. It looks very interesting. It was about time, right? You knew they were getting there. The Queen of the Damned, certainly. All right. One more thing here. Vampire Lestat finally lets Claudia speak for herself. Or does she? Ooh. When the vampire Claudia is murdered by the Theatre des Vampires, in Vampire Interview with the Vampire, of course, that's pretty much the end of her character. Sure, she continues to haunt the narrative, popping up as a ghost before her surrogate dads, Vampire Lestat and Louis, but Hales, right? Yeah, I think so. Hales is never expected to return to the series in any major capacity. I had no idea, but then showrunner Roland Jones called me and said, hey, we have this thing, just trust me, hold on. Jones' thing turned out to be Regina, a Claudia doppelganger that Louis discovers in Season 3, working in a cafe in New York. Regina represents a second chance in the most twisted sense of the term. She role-plays as Claudia to help ease the angst of Louis' guilt. It's one of the most cringeworthy dynamics explored this season, and the jury's still out on the morality of it all. Quote, I feel like there's mixed reviews on Regina, which I kind of enjoy, says the actress. I love when shows create a conversation because none of our characters are black and white. They're always gray, multi-dimensional, do stupid stuff, do amazing stuff, and both are allowed. The world of Interview is one of facades and false narratives. Regina deserves as much grace as our protagonists do as they stumble from one lesson to the next. And the same could easily be said for the version of Claudia that appears in the penultimate episode of The Vampire Lestat. Spoilers ahead. Vampire Lestat's shocking seance explained. Episode 6 follows Lestat and Louis as they work to overcome the decades of misunderstandings and tragedies driving them apart. One of the tragedies, perhaps the biggest, was Claudia's fate. A dying Claudia was reborn as a vampire to keep straying Louis from leaving Lestat outright, but her turning was a mistake no matter how you sliced it. Not only was she far too young to inherit the dark gift, creating an immortal being forever trapped in a child's body, which is just brutal. Brutal. God, I remember when we first got introduced to Claudia here, I just remember thinking, that is just awful fate. Awful. You're just forever trapped in that body of a 14-year-old or however old. Meanwhile, you're like 300 years old. In your head, you've matured. You're well past that age. It's just, oh gosh. That is kind of a torture. Louis and Lestat treated her more as an afterthought than a member of the family. Her very public demise in 1949 might leave Louis in the throes of guilt for years to come, but in the present day, he seems more concerned about other parts of her life, like her assault at the hands of a vampire named Bruce. Lestat, meanwhile, is stuck on a story she told Louis. When the trio lived in New Orleans, Claudia claimed that she had tried to escape to Europe. Lestat intimidated her to return home. He maintains that this story was a total lie. It's one of the many mysteries surrounding Claudia, even decades after her execution. But when our doomed duo gets a powerful witch to perform a seance and summon Claudia, they seem to get to the bottom of it. Oh boy. With the help of Claudia's old journal and the last dress she wore, Merrick Mayfair manages to bring Claudia's ghost into the land of the living. She's got a lot to say, I bet she does. Who, much to her chagrin, seem to be back together. She reveals that she's always hated Louis, calling him a slave to Lestat's whims. Claudia also admits that she favored Lestat. Not only that, but she actually did lie about the confrontation on the train. Or did she? Is she finally telling the truth? For Anderson, Claudia's seance represents the truth that Louis long denied. Quote, there are things that she says in the seance to Louis specifically that are deeply, deeply hurtful things to say, and she intends to hurt him. But I think there's a lot of truth in what she says. If we take this reunion from a glass half full perspective, it's about Louis and Lestat holding space for Claudia to express the rage that she's fully entitled to. They never held that space for her because they needed her to be the various things they needed her to be. I sort of think that the scene is fairly hopeful and pretty good parenting on their part. That may be, but we as the audience still have to contend with the elephant in the room, with Lestat's potential unreliable narration. Quote, I did get asked before if the seance was told from Lestat's perspective, which is why Claudia doesn't rip into him as much. That raises another conversation to me, says the actor. Lestat narrates the entire season through a multi-vinyl album called The Failures, and it's entirely possible that this word can't be fully trusted. Very little of what Claudia says during the seance may be true, save for her frustration about searching in vain for her partner Madeline in the afterlife. Lestat's perspective might also explain things that happen elsewhere in the episode. When the whole world learns that he's been engaged in an affair with his own mother, hello. Hey, on and off for decades, Louis is quick to forgive him. The end of episode 6, they're decapitated by Armand and Daniel Malloy, along with agents of the Talamasca, which kickstarts even more drama for the pair. If there's a right answer to question of the truth, Hales doesn't have one. The show's beauty is that it's based off memories and diary entries and characters' perspectives. And then you have the viewer's perspective. We've learned Claudia from Louis' perspective. We've learned her now through Lestat's perspective. Will we ever get the objective truth of the character? Probably too late for that. But Hales says there's a chance to give Claudia the grace that she's been denied and let her exist alongside Louis and Lestat within the gray areas. Interesting. Huh. Very, very interesting. I like that. I like that indeed. Especially a show like this, like it feels like you should be able to bring back actors who are, killed off. Very, very interesting. All right, let's jump into the next one. It is official pilot of My Chef in Crime, the series. Jace did say that there is some crime scene / body footage, bodies being sliced, intercut with the slicing of meat. It might be a little, crazy. So, it's also Nunu's birthday today. Well, nice. That's awesome. Hopefully it's a good one. Cakes abound. All right, let's check it out. Official pilot, My Chef in Crime, the series. Here we go. I love how I give that. That warning, if you will, about the crime scene body footage after we had just watched unbelievable carnage. I didn't really set that up correctly, did I? Unbelievable carnage of Interview with a Vampire. Oh, man. Well, welcome in, Megan. Glad you're here. All right, here we go. Over 1 million views 8 months ago. It does. It feels well matched. What am I doing? What am I doing? I need closed captioning. I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't think I'm picking up on anything that's happening right now. All right, let's go ahead and change that, shall we? Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I was listening to it and not putting it together. Here we go. Subs are on.
คดีฆ่าหันศพ
Totally
ตรวจ
forgot
พบ
I
ชิ้น
don't
เนื้อบริ
speak
เว
the
ณต่อมลูก
language.
หมากผู้เสียชีวิตเป็นเพศชายค่ะพอจะคำนวณเวลาให้คร่าวๆได้ไหมคะว่าเสียชีวิตมานานแค่ไหนแล้วอะมันคำนวณได้ยากอะค่ะดูแล้วลักษณะของเนื้อเนี่ยมันมีความสุกอยู่อะสุกได้ไงนี่แกกำลังจะบอกว่าฆาตกรใช้เครื่องเนี่ยในการอำพรางศพเหรอ
ฆาตกรน่าจะใช้
Are we talking like medium rare, medium well?
การซูวีเพื่ออำพรางเวลาในการฆาตกรรมแกลองเทียบชิ้นเนื้อที่ซูวีกับชิ้นเนื้อที่แกพบในแท้งชิ้นเนื้อ2ชิ้นนี้มันมีความนุ่มหยุ่นใกล้เคียงกันถ้าแกลองไปทำพอทอดูว่าอุณหภูมิน้ำในแท้งณจุดเกิดเหตุกี่องศาฉันว่าฉันจะสามารถช่วยคำนวณได้ว่าเนื้อเนี่ยมันถูกแช่ในแท้งมานานแค่ไหนแล้วหรือแม้กระทั่งเวลาในการฆาตกรรม
เชี่ยแกแม่งสุดว่ะ
That's wild.
การตายปริศนาของเชฟโทนี่ล้อเชฟระดับประเทศอุบัติเหตุไฟไหม้ที่ยังไม่รู้ที่มาที่ไปทุกอย่าง
กลิ่นเครื่องแกงไหมเชฟซานอยู่ไหมคุณเดินทางไปที่ร้านเชฟโทนี่ใช่ไหม
เปล่า
มีหลักฐานว่าคุณอยู่แถว Zero A ซึ่งเป็นบริเวณเดียวกับร้านเชฟโทนี่สรุปไปแถวนั้นทำไม
เที่ยว
ร้านไหน
จำไม่ได้
นี่ความจำสั้นหรือสมองเสื่อม
พาผมไปหาหมอเลย
ตำรวจเว้ย
ถ้าคุณสารภาพแต่โดยดีโทษหนักจะกลายเป็นเบานะ
ก็ผมไม่ได้ทำไง
บริสุทธิ์มากก็พิสูจน์มาดิ
ถ้างั้นหมดเวลาราชการแล้วผมรบกวนเวลาส่วนตัวคุณตำรวจได้ไหมครับ
เป็นแค่เชฟจะพิสูจน์ได้ไง
มาสมัครเนื้อร้านชาน
What's up,
กับมาสมัครสูตร
Welcome
ร้าน
in.
เชฟโทนี่กรรมวิธีการปรุงรสชาติของผมกับเชฟโทนี่ไม่ได้ต่างกันมากความหวานของแกงเนี่ยเราใช้ลูกเกดเหมือนกันก็จริงแต่สูตรของผมเนี่ยเราจะนำลูกเกดไปผัดกับหอมทำให้เกิดการคาราเมลไรซ์จนน้ำตาลเปลี่ยนสีผมจะเอาเนื้อไปย่างบนเตาถ่านแล้วก็ลมควันด้วยชานอ้อยแต่สำหรับสูตรเชฟโทนี่เนี่ยเขาใช้ถั่วลิสงคั่วแต่ผมใช้นี่เม็ดกระบอก
จนถึงตอนนี้ถ้ายังไม่มีอะไรคืบหน้าแล้วเราจะไปเอาผิดผู้ต้องสงสัยได้ยังไง
เชฟชาญเคยอยู่ในพอถอด้วยเหรอ
ไอ้นี่ลูกน้องเก่าผมเอง
Actually, did I put... Wait a minute. Now I'm interested. Did I mistakenly put the wrong title? Did I put... Yeah, I did. I said my chief in crime. Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal. I thought it was chief. Now it's very obviously it's a chef.
ฝีมือแม่งก็พอใช้ได้แต่ไม่ได้มาสมวิธีการเลยนะแต่สุดท้ายก็ต้องอับไปหีตัวเองไปจากพอถอเพราะมีประวัติขโมยข้อมูลคดี
เชฟชาญอยู่ไหม
พี่เชฟไม่อยู่ครับเฮ้ยพี่เอาแบบนี้ไหมพี่แอดผมไว้แล้วพี่จะมาเมื่อไหร่อ่ะก็บอกผมก่อน
หญิงวาวซ่า
แกเวอร์
วางปืนลงวางปืนลงหยุด
Oh, okay.
เรียกรถพยาบาลดิเต้
ไม่ทันแล้วจี๊ด
Well, you still call the ambulance. Whether they're alive or not.
คนที่แกฆ่าก็เป็นแพ้เหมือนกันกับฉันนี่แหละ แต่ฉันเป็นแพ้ที่ไม่ยอมเงียบ
Jeff
ฉัน
Satter?
เลยรอดมาได้
No.
แล้วแกรู้ปะว่านักข่าวเขาเล่นข่าวไปทั่วแล้วว่าแกอยากปิดคดีจนตัวสั่นก็เลยหาแพทย์สูงๆมาหลอกลวงประชาชน
ข่าวเฮียอะไรวะให้มั่วชิบหายเลยอะใส่ความไม่ชัดเลยแล้วฉันทำตามหน้าที่แล้วผิดตรงไหนวะหรือแกต้องให้ฉันยืนนิ่งๆแล้วโดนผู้ร้ายยิงตายแกถึงจะพอใจอะ
แกเชื่อจริงๆเหรอว่าทุกอย่างมันถูกต้องแล้วจริงๆอะ
แล้วที่เจให้จีนวิสามันคนร้ายอะไรเป็นแผนให้จีนตัดตอนคดีหรือเปล่าเธอจับแพะชนแกะไปหมดแล้วก็ดีกว่าพวกเจปะวะจับแพะแม่งหิวแสง
เสียแม่ไปแล้วไม่ใช่เหรอตอนนี้รักษาชีวิตตัวเองไว้ให้ดี
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
แกเชื่อจริงๆเหรอว่าฉันทำอะ
ฉันเป็นตำรวจฉันต้องเชื่อหลักฐานมากกว่าอย่างอื่น
Oh yeah. Soon 2026. That is, yes. I like that. That was very interesting. First non-BL show. That was very good. I am interested. Instantly interested. Wait, what? It's like Jeff Satter's duty to make a teaser of a new series and leave the rest to complete the series in our own delusion. And then the top comment says literally the same thing. Interesting. That's very weird. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Link down below in the viewer description on YouTube for the original video. Go ahead and check it out. Looks like a good series. My Chef in Crime is the name. Little gross with some of those cutting scenes. Didn't make me hungry at all. I will say that. But yeah, that dang. Looked good. Looked really good. It's always soon with these pilots. Indeed. Indeed it is. Just wrapped filming. Those comments are referencing the happy ending that is still in production. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, let's pull up some information on my... I even typed it over here. My chief? No, it's chef. My chef. My Chef in Crime. All right. Where is it? There it is. Soon 2026. 8 episodes. That's good. Quick and easy. Forensic scientist turned chef. Chan becomes the prime suspect in his rival chef's mysterious death. He must clear his name using his deep knowledge of food chemistry and forensic science. Teaming up with fearless investigative police officer Lieutenant Lalit, whose past intertwines with his own. Together, they tackle intriguing cases through culinary experiments and create mouth-watering dishes. Very, very interesting. Sounds good. Sounds good, honestly. Boy, I do not have any jealousy over any sort of like crime scene investigator or like homicide detective or forensic whatever. Like the cleanup crew at crime scene. Like that is, how do you go about your day? How would you compartmentalize what you just saw? Like, imagine if you walk into a room and there's little baggies of cooked little human parts. Like, how do you go to dinner that night? Like, how do you just compartmentalize that into like, well, that was weird. That was effed up. Anyway, let me check out, my favorite Dan and Phil video. Like, how do you shift away from that? Like, I've never been in that situation, really, and And I don't know. It seems like one of those jobs where you just, you gotta be able to handle that somehow. And hopefully you're not relying on, abusing substances and whatnot. But, ooh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jeff is a fan of the Hannibal TV show. You can see why this one excited him. Yeah, very Hannibal-like. Very interesting. Personally, I'm quite jaded. As long as I don't have to watch it happen, but deal with the aftermath, I could probably do it. I guess it's one of those things where you don't really know until you're in it, right? You don't really know until you're... Oh, gosh. I mean, the amount of shows that I've seen where the investigators walk in and it's like a couple days after whatever happened. Oh, I could just imagine the smell is atrocious. The scene of the crime is probably horrendous to look at. I would assume, well, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, there's medical students who become surgeons have to work on cadavers, which we know what that is. I would assume your first time doing that or being around that, you probably feel a little ill, usually. Or I'm thinking of like funeral home directors having to do that. Like that is, whew. I remember watching a YouTube video about a funeral director who, I think it ran in his family or something like that. Like he got invited in for an autopsy when he was like 18. And the person doing the autopsies, obviously he wanted to become a funeral director, but you got to get experience, right? And the only way to experience it is to be in it, to be around it. So he invited him to be a part of this and witness it. And the guy doing it really wanted to test him like immediately because, when you're doing funeral home, you're going to see a lot of old people, of course, hopefully. You're going to see, just really gnarly scenes. You're going to also see, and what he tested them on was young kids. So he brought them in for an autopsy or funeral home prep, whatever that is. It's like draining of the blood and all that stuff. Anyway, not to get too graphic, of a young child that had died, which that would break me. I don't know about you, but that would completely break me. Like I don't even need to see it. And to be a part of that, to know that would just wreck me for months, if not years, if not a lifetime. But he brought him in to see a young kid and also someone his exact age. So like another 18-year-old. And in my mind, I'm like, that's insane. And then I'm also just like, oh yeah, if you're doing this job, you're going to witness it all, right? You're going to see it all. You're going to do it all. And those two are probably the most painful to go through. Seeing someone who's your age on the table would just be shattering, right? Emotionally a mess. So I'm thinking of like, rookies on the scene of like, crime scenes and stuff like that. Like it would just be really hard to kind of go through and compartmentalize and get past, right? I've told the story about my buddy who is an ambulance EMS guy or EMT. And, the first time he had somebody die in the ambulance on him, he was a mess. Who knows? I kind of lost touch. So it's like, who knows if he carries that with him at this point. But yeah, gotta be hard. Gotta be extremely hard. Obviously, we're not going to have any reviews on it. We got some people just commenting, like, can't wait to see it. Jeff in a new series. Give us a date. I miss seeing Jeff. I genuinely like Jeff. I love that he's multifaceted. I hope to see him in diverse roles, in diverse works, both on screen and musically. really curious if this role has a substantive straight romance in it. Just in case a shipper or super BL fan gets offended, in my opinion, I'm down with BLs. Excited for this. When will this be available? Is this straight? If yes, then pass. Oh my God. This question's out of pocket. Like, I can't even read that. Next time, please do the simple thing and do yourself a favor. Read the tags. Good God. Oh, you can't please everybody, right? Can't please them all. It's always cool to see actors branch out. Absolutely. It's kind of neat, honestly. They're breaking the barrier, which is cool. You know? Very, very neat. Let 'em cook. Jeff Satter to star in new thriller series, My Chef in Crime. Very, very cool. Touts itself as the first food and crime series to air in Thailand. Described as mysterious, well-rounded, full of flavor. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Every dish hides a clue. Every word reveals the truth. First announced in early October, Thai broadcaster True Visions would be producing the Thai adaptation of the series. The brief synopsis, we kind of went through that. He cooks for justice. Nice. What's up, Amos? Welcome in. Oh, no. The police sergeant's tagline is, she shoots for justice. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, that maybe not a great tagline for a police sergeant. Maybe a little aggressive. My Chef in Crime is slated to air and go into production in February. It goes into production February 2026, airing later this year, of course. Supported by Thailand's Ministry of Culture. Wow. As well as the Creative Culture Agency. As opposed to some of the other shows that we've gone over that Ministry of Culture, not a big fan of. Jeff is also believed to be working on a self-produced crime thriller Happy Ending, but details of its production have been few and far between. Jeff, Nietzsche, new chemistry debuts teaming up to solve cases in My Chef in Crime. This was published in March. This English content is automatically translated from Thai version by AI, so expect inaccuracy. Just saying. Right from the first day, My Chef in Crime, an original series from True Visions Now, impresses with something new. Thailand's first series that uses food as the key to solving mysterious cases in a fresh and highly engaging way. Marking a good omen, filming began with the promise of thrilling entertainment under the food and crime concept, blending mystery and deliciousness together. Special highlight, exciting fans, is the first-time collaboration of the era's hot star. Dang, that is a nice tagline for Jeff, isn't it? The era's hot star. That's a good one. That's a real good one. As Chef Chan, a cool young chef, alongside the talented leading lady, Nisha, I'm not even going to attempt her name, as police lieutenant, a tough female officer. The fresh chemistry sparked instantly from day one, intensifying each case's drama even further. There's Jeff. The atmosphere of the first filming day was lively and full of energy. Jeff, the male lead, showed clear excitement and said, quote, "I liked the role from the first day I read it. Honestly, I'm not very skilled in the kitchen, but I gave it my all. I wasn't worried about cooking scenes. Instead, I felt excited to try something new. This feels like The Bear, where the actors are like, yeah, it wasn't that great in the kitchen. So they took classes and whatnot. I took professional cooking workshops seriously and began to relate more deeply to the chef role. Today is the first filming day and also my first time working with Nietzsche. Nice. It's fun and relaxed. Everything feels right. Our chemistry works well. She's very professional, so I didn't have to adjust or feel awkward working with her. As for the crew, I truly admire their meticulous work. They focus on every detail from every angle. Nisha also shared her excitement, especially about working with Jeff for the first time, saying, quote, the role of lieutenant has many dimensions, combining a privileged background with professional police skills, so I had to prepare thoroughly and attend workshops to make it as realistic as possible. Working with Jeff has been very enjoyable. Great energy, high professionalism, which helps when we film scenes together. His emotional delivery makes it easier for me to connect with my role. That's nice. Home from breakfast with a friend. Nice. Hopefully it was delicious. That's so weird that it's breakfast right now. I haven't even had dinner. Time zones are crazy, aren't they? Besides the unique storyline, the production is fully comprehensive with outstanding visuals, lighting, the camera work that skillfully capture both the appetizing appeal of the food and the tension of the cases. The series perfectly blends flavor and suspense in a way never seen before. So it's like The Bear meets Dexter, kind of, and Lucifer, all rolled into one. Get ready to join the intense case solving and savor a new kind of fun in my chef and crime. Coming soon. This case has not only mysteries, but also flavors you must try. Nice. Yeah, they are filming in the legit kitchen. Very cool. Very neat. I like it.
ไม่เป็นเลยคือสกิลคือติดลบอะทำได้แค่ลาบทูน่าเท่านั้นใช่
Jeff said, this is my first time taking on a role as a chef. For someone who can't cook at all, my only skills are making tuna lob, I think, and instant noodles. That's funny. This is a series I'm putting a lot of effort into. Since I have very little time, I choose projects where I really like the role. What makes this one interesting is combining crime with food. Filming starts in February. Love that. Absolutely love it. I like the fact that he's willing to take risks, really try something. I love that. Really expanding your acting talents, of course. Skills. I feel like as an actor, a hidden bonus of it would be doing some things like new that you haven't done before with every role. Like whether it's your character on horseback, maybe you've never been on a horse, so you have to learn. Or cooking, maybe you have to learn how to cook so it looks realistic. Or race car driver, maybe you have to take courses and drive around a track and figure it out and make it look good, right? It's very interesting. It's kind of one of the hidden bonuses of that. I mean, I think of Tom Cruise, obviously, like learning hanging off a plane or whatever. he learned how to skydive and got licensed and all that stuff. So it's a lot of interesting. I guess you got to think about that too. Like, what are your skills? What are you willing to learn? What are you willing to push yourself into, I suppose? What's up, Joanna? Welcome in. 2 hours of staring at the ceiling. Oh, I get that. I get that. I've done that before. It is very frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. All right, let's go ahead and pull up the final video of the week. We have been live 3 times this week. How about that? This is Dan and Phil play the Impossible Quiz, Part 1. We checked out part 2 on Wednesday. This is part 1. So we're going to get to see all the frustration. Because when we saw, just to recap, if you didn't check it out or whatever, we saw in part 2 them kind of breeze through the first 21, 24, somewhere around there. They were getting close to 25. And we saw them just breeze through that. And I'm like, they probably struggled through that immensely. Because I remembered in my own experience of playing this game was just awful. I think I gave up on, I don't even know, 10 maybe. It was just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. This takes patience, and I have none to give it. None. Now you get to see the struggle. Indeed. I have a weird talent for somehow joining every time Todd is about to switch to the Dan and Phil portion of the lives. Oh my gosh. Welcome in, fairies. All right, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Part 1. Here we go.
Hello, Dan and Phil Games Flashers.
Yep.
Why did you make me say that? I don't want to say that.
Because,
Why'd you
Phil,
make me say
today we are playing a Flash game.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
So I was reminiscing about being a 12-year-old earlier, and I discovered to my horror that Phil has never played the Impossible Quiz.
I don't even know what it is.
It was like a thing on the... What were you doing when you were like 15?
You don't want to know.
Having friends...
Wow,
that's not the answer I expected.
That's
from
always my
Phil.
go-to answer.
I've loaded it up. Here we are, the Impossible Quiz.
Yes.
How do you feel about general knowledge, generally?
Pretty good. I'm good at nature.
You nearly won the weakest link,
Yeah.
so you're like freaking ready to
Pow.
say GNU when someone wants you to say llama.
That's still a sore moment for me.
And for what it's worth, I do not remember this at all, so I'm going to play it with Phil.
Okay.
Right.
Phew. Why is it impossible though? Is it like really hard?
You will see. Let's begin.
Okay.
Go, Phil.
Begin.
Their memories.
Alright, Impossible Quiz. Do I need to...
Oh my gosh. It still exists. It's still a thing. Newgrounds is still a thing? Oh, that's crazy. Oh. Now it's available to download from the App Store for iPhone, iPod Touch. Oh my gosh. Edit. Added a mute button due to people moaning. Even the soundtrack's nostalgic. Flash games were such a big part of my childhood. Very true. Oh, I miss them dearly. I miss them dearly. The Yeezus shirt. They look so young. They do. They do indeed. Watching Dan be so overly aware of his own body language. See how far you can get? Oh, no. Oh, gosh. We'll see. We shall see.
Just start. Okay. Question number 1.
Wow, inspiring music.
Does it inspire you to do a quiz?
Yeah.
Right, Phil. Question 1. How many holes are in a polo?
Is this going to be a sneak, so it's something that I don't think it's going to be?
But to know, Phil, just answer the question. How many holes are in a polo?
Like a polo suite. Like one hole. What?
Ah,
no.
Wrong. Yes, Phil. Think outside the box.
O-L-O. There's two. There's two because of the O's in the polo word.
Interesting theory.
What?
Right, I have an idea. I don't remember, but I have an idea.
How many holes
in a polo?
Maybe it means the P as well, because that's like a hole.
Oh, so including the hole in the P, there's 3.
If this is wrong, I'm going to explode everything.
Try it. Game over. Well, there we go.
It is impossible.
Thanks for watching, guys.
No, I want to try
Quiz.
again. I want to try again. So what the hell, Dan? I don't understand.
How many holes are in a polo?
What?
4, obviously.
Holy crap.
Okay, alright, okay. Number 2. Can a matchbox... Excuse me.
I like no, but a tin can.
Oh,
That's good.
Oh, are we gonna go with the pun?
Yes.
That was it. Okay.
Squash.
Nailed it.
We're back.
That's
Is Canadian or something?
Answer
What?
this question backwards. I'm good at reading backwards. I used to be able to write backwards with both fingers.
You're a man of few talents, but reading backwards is
Yeah.
one of them.
Well, that must be KO, right?
Is it not wobbly Sinet? I mean, come on, Phil.
KO.
Well
Yes.
done. All right. Okay. Well, how on earth are we supposed to know this at all?
Well, what is? Oh. Aha. Look at me, Sherlock Lester, back again.
Okay. Wait.
Phil Lester, you
That got me
genius.
good. I would have done that 1,000 times. You have to click the answer.
Yes, mate.
Very funny.
Right,
Made
put the
it.
mouse on
Nailed
here.
it.
That means
Oh,
no. It meant the.
No, don't touch blue.
Okay, wait, Phil.
What?
Go around to the outside of the game.
What?
Yeah, go to the right. Go right, and
Yeah.
then out of the box. Down.
No.
round.
No,
Up,
it's like
up,
breaking
up,
out the
up, and then
Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Right.
The square root of onion.
What is a
This is
square
made
root
for
of
minds
something?
like Phil. Indeed.
Small version
He just has to get used to it, you know? He's got to get in it.
We're doing this.
Well, if this is impossible, me and Phil are clearly like the Stephen Hawking of shitty internet quizzes.
Yeah. Right. The answer is really big. They're all really big things.
Is it the answer is really... But that doesn't answer the question, does it?
No.
The answer is...
Really big. So that would be...
Or is the answer really big?
Which
an
is-
elephant or infinity,
Infinity.
in which case infinity is the biggest.
Well, infinity's not really big. Infinity's like the biggest thing in the world.
But it is really big.
Well, you can't answer that then. I'm calling the police. I'm gonna say.
Well, you have to, have to make
really-
a choice, Phil. Which is it going to be?
Really big.
Okay.
An
It's not
elephant.
going to... No. It's not going to be an elephant.
It's either physically big, the answer,
The answer is really big, and that.
No.
or it just is what it
Because
is.
that's not a question. That wouldn't answer the question. You know
The
what I mean?
answer is really
It's not really big. It's like the
think
biggest thing ever.
I think it's infinity.
Infinity.
Yeah, click it. No!
Oh,
It's an elephant. It's an elephant. Yes!
So
We have one life.
what does that mean? Ooh, I see. Oh, let's go on a treasure hunt. Yes.
Yes.
Nice. I like that one. More of those. What was the answer to question 2?
Oh,
wait. Shh. I'm gonna go to my mind palace.
Top left.
Victorian flashback.
Right?
It was the feminists. They murdered them.
No. What? Right. Question 1.
Question 1. How many holes are in a polo?
Just picture it in your mind.
Oh, it was the bottom right.
That doesn't help at all, Phil. Okay, what was there?
Oh, I'm gonna start a nosebleed.
There was... Oh, I remember! Sorry, did I...
Burst my eardrums.
Did I just explode the microphone?
Yes.
It was the pun. It was the can of matchbox.
Oh,
and the answer
no, but a
was
tin
no,
can.
but a tin can.
Yes.
So where
Oh,
was that?
top left.
Oh, I know where that was. That was bottom left, right?
I don't have any bloody clue.
But then it says that one and then has the arrow to the other one. So the answer would be here.
No. That goes in a loop, you
Oh.
dumbass. For God's sake.
This one then.
Yeah.
Oh!
No!
It wasn't a loop!
What? Okay, right, we're trying to
See where it was? Tin can. See, it was there, so it must have been the loop.
Oh, it was the
Right.
bottom.
Right, answer. Over
Dang
there,
it.
Go around the corner.
Oh, I would not do well at this.
And then immunity. No, elephant. And then it's over there. Yeah. And then I
I'm
think it's
realizing
that,
just how
because it
poorly
points
I
to
did
there.
at this.
See?
What was that? But it looped.
Don't question me.
Choose. Wait.
Food. Is it another? Do I just press that? None of those are food. Choose like a teeth. Like choose food. Ah, see? Don't question me on puns.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Ooh, what's that? A
What-
skip. Oh, I think this skips one if we don't know the answer.
Okay, well, we'll save that. Right.
Right.
So what follows December 2nd?
December 3rd. No, that's not going to be the answer though, is it?
No, what follows December 2nd? Question mark.
The question mark. No.
It's not N because that's not. Well, I mean, what is it saying? Is it saying what follows December 2, in which case it's N? Is it
Yeah.
what follows December 2nd, in which case it's a question mark? Or is it saying, I don't know, like, what's the question?
I want to say 142 dwarves.
Just click it.
Oh!
No! Damn it. Okay. December 3rd. Surely.
No!
A question mark. What the fuck?
What does that mean?
What the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck?
I don't understand.
I'm gonna...
Alright, we're gonna get back to where we were. I know all of the things. Have I still got my skip? No. Right, so let's not get
Did
it
we
wrong.
lose the skip?
Uh,
God fuck.
Don't say that. Which was the one we didn't press?
N.
N. What? That makes no sense.
Click the smallest.
Yes,
Yes, the
I didn't even know it
eye.
was there.
Yes.
Amazing.
I thought that, and then your hand just hovered over it.
Yeah.
What sound does a bell make?
Froon. Whoop. Fatang. Obviously,
Or is it
tang.
bloop, blop, bloop, bang, ooh, like a woof, nubby, fruff, 120,000, egg, ooh, la, la, scap, bibbly, bee, wop.
Obviously, fatang. Fatang.
Yes! Okay,
Yes.
Phil. Don't impulsively click
Okay.
on any other answers,
All right.
okay? Discuss them.
What can you put in a bucket
Right.
to make it lighter?
True.
Gypsies, obviously.
That does not make sense. A torch would make it lighter. A hole would make it lighter.
Candelabra would make it a lighter mood. Torch.
Torch. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. No skipping.
What are we looking at
A
here?
horse on top of a screen of letters.
But what's the weird bell thing?
I don't know what that is.
We'll just type horse then. H-O-R-S-E. Okay then.
Right.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Wait, what if it's T-H-E-A-L-P-H?
Or is it A-L-P-H-A-B-E? It's yours.
H. Oh, you! I'm sorry! Don't kill me!
You misclicked.
I've got a lot
You
to live for.
misclicked.
I'll save the hedgehogs.
We cannot afford to misclick.
Alright, H.
Well done, us.
24 minus 7.
Internal.
Where's the secret
processing.
there? 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17.
17, which is none of those answers.
Walrus.
24/7.
24/7 walrus. 17!
No, wait.
That's 17! It's question 17.
You fuck.
Yeah!
You absolute cheeky shit. Yeah, we'll click on it then.
Oh my god. Stop.
Hammer time.
Are you kidding? Is that it? I love
I'm
this.
not even mad anymore.
Right. Colour in the correct order.
Wow.
That's blue, orange, green, yellow.
Yeah. Well done,
I
Phil!
was lost for words there.
Wow,
That was quick.
Suddenly, you know in school where they say, some of you are smart, and some people think outside the box.
I'm
You're
outside the
thinking
box.
outside the box,
Thinking
Phil.
outside the
Be proud of
box. I
yourself.
think
This
that
what
is
all your life
well
led you
put.
to.
Question 20. I mean, we've come quite far now. We can't go back.
Deal or no deal. No seal.
That doesn't mean anything. I think we need to skip this one. I don't understand what that means.
Skip. Get wrecked.
What's
Nice.
funny
Oh,
is
we
I
got
think
another
they
skip.
skipped that in part 2 as well.
Oh, I saw it.
Top left.
Yeah.
A
Lightning reaction
Lamau.
speed. The choice is yours. 1 life, minus life, a skip, or escape. I want another skip. Is this like a bonus? Is this a good thing?
A skip is like way more than 1 life.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
We didn't get a skip though. That's weird.
Did that just skip that question?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Save changes to untitled. Yes, no, cancel, or Bran. Right.
That means nothing. I think we need to skip.
Skip!
Sorry, no skipping.
Okay.
Right,
it's
there's
a rainbow box.
A rainbow in a
Click on
cube.
the green.
Oh,
okay.
What if I just do this? I'm going to scroll really fast. And then read.
Yes. Click
the
V in lives, which is there. Click where my finger is.
Oh, nothing happened. This.
Down there. Oh my
How
gosh.
are you so good at this? I'm shocked. Is this rare?
It's a lifetime of being nerds with terrible senses of humor. Just gives us a natural affinity to whoever made this.
How do you kill?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I want to
do
go on
with a
Newgrounds
silver
after the
bang.
stream.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, and this is Silly
See
Bang.
if I can play anything that I
Bang,
used to
and
play.
the dirt is gone.
Don't bang me. I'm not dirt.
Rewind.
Rewind.
Well, I know it's like a silver bullet.
Wait a
That's
minute.
like. Don't bang me. I'm not dirt.
Rewind.
Well, I know
Pause.
it's like a silver bullet. That's
Yeah.
like sill, it, bang, sill it, bang with a gun.
I mean, how the fuck is there anything else?
Oh, we're not going back after this.
No, is this the end?
This is it. I'm tempted by shoe polish. I don't know why.
Do it.
I almost fell off the chair. That was lucky.
I feel like, because this is tense, this should be our last life.
Todd, you would have made the best fan-proof compilations in 2015.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it now.
Which of these place names doesn't exist?
Germans Week, Bitchfield,
I catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Brown Willie or Bud's Tits and Twat.
I think that final one.
Arse Facey.
Blubber Houses doesn't sound like a place.
Arse. Blubber Houses.
Blubber Houses doesn't sound like a place.
Wait. They all sound like places that are obviously in England somewhere because we live in a ridiculous country.
England has so many stupid town names.
You have no idea.
Phil is saying out-of-pocket things since the birth of YouTube.
I just believed it.
All right.
But there is.
I'm going to say Blubber House. What would that even mean?
We're going to have to do this together.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you agree, Blubber Houses?
We are making the choice.
Let's both click it. Let's click it. Let's click it.
No!
Again.
No. We could sit here.
Again.
That from scratch. Literally forever, okay?
Well, forget Dill. Let's just play this every day.
Forget Dill.
Wait, how many questions are actually?
Leave him be.
Look it up 1 second.
All right.
Actually, ask Dill for some help.
110.
What?
Well, what do you think, Phil? Do you want to keep going?
110? Oh my, that is a much longer game than I thought it was.
Should this be like Undertale, hour-long video? Keep going all the way to 110?
I would return to this. So if you ever want us to return to this at one point, let us know with a thumbs up.
I feel like this could be a one-parter, but if you want us to come back to this and try to go all the way up to 110, just let us know. And there you go, Phil. How do you feel? That was what I spent most of my time doing when I was a 12-year-old on the
I
internet.
feel like we should get a bronze medal for that, because we got like a quarter of the way there. I'm pretty proud of it.
As a Brit, we've learned to think that bronze medals are a freaking achievement, so okay, sure, yes.
Yes. Fist bump.
Nerds, Jesus Christ.
So if you'd like to check out another video we made, it is over there, or is it over there?
They bumped fists.
I should probably know this by now.
It's over there.
Okay,
I
it's
think
over
you
there.
can click subscribe for more videos from us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Exhibit A.
Guys. Ding. Stay random.
Stay random.
That's the meaning of this video.
Okay, bye.
Unless someone with space on the queue requests the other episodes, you'll be watching more of the series in like December. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny is by December, I will have forgotten every single number and it'll be like watching it for the first time. Oh my gosh. I forgot how frustrating that is. Super frustrating. Link down below. This came out 10 years ago. That's crazy. Crazy to see. Oh my gosh. That is an absolute crazy YouTube poll right there. March 26th, 2016. That seems like forever ago, doesn't it? 10 years. Like, I remember 2016. We all remember 2016. It doesn't feel 10 years ago, but it is. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. What an existential crisis immediately. Link down below in the video description on YouTube. Check it out, of course, as always, the Dan and Phil channel. You probably already have, but check it out again, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and again. A lifetime indeed. Now they're going on Dan's 5th and Phil's 4th. About to go on their first U.S. tour. Wow. Yeah, back in 2016. Crazy. Oh my gosh. All right, let's pull up some TikToks and check it out. Yeah, man. I want to go on. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up right now. I want to check out Newgrounds after stream. These technically aren't Flash games anymore, are they? Well, there's a lot of no, there's movies. Movies, games. Featured art, featured comics. What is this? It's definitely changed. Newgrounds has definitely changed. I wonder if I still have my username. Nope. Darn. Yeah, it's got like art, audio, movies. Wonder if they have... I guess to run a Flash game on the internet now, you would need some sort of like embedded player, I think, because they went the opposite way. They didn't go... They got rid of Macromedia Flash. They went with HTML5, I think it was. Because I was actually in high school taking... I had taken computer animation the first class, I think it was sophomore year of high school. We were making Flash games. Or no, we were making Flash animations. And I made like this stick cowboy theme thing. And I uploaded it on Newgrounds. And it got some views. It wasn't the most impressive thing. And then the second class, my junior year of high school, we were making Flash games. And I actually made a puzzle game that was almost impossible to win. I beat it once, and I said, you know what? If I can beat it once, it's good to go. So I beat it once, never again. I literally only beat it once. And I was like, all right. And I uploaded it to Newgrounds as well. Don't know if it's still there. Have no idea. Maybe I'll look for it here, see if I can find it. But yeah. And then right after that, they announced that they were killing off Flash games and Flash as a service. And I was like, oh, I had just been learning how to like do that. 2016 and 2020 were like 2 best years of the past decade for you. Nice. Remember joining computer club at school just so I could play a bunch of Flash games. Yes. Oh, good times. Good times. We used to do that as well. Yep. We were not only like working in Flash, we were also just playing games. And I remember I had this business class or something. It was weird. It was like a computer lab set up in the school, only for like instructional purposes. It wasn't like a computer lab where you could do homework and stuff like that. It was literally just meant to look like an office. And we had like desks that were set up like cubicles. It was very strange. And you had to wear like business attire on certain days. And you had to sign in, which I never mastered that. For some reason, I just couldn't wrap my brain around signing into class. And that's how you would get marked as present or attending the class. So I never did it. And I actually got a letter sent home to my parents that I was skipping school. Meanwhile, I wasn't skipping school. I was attending every class. I just was not signing in every time I should have. Literally. Oh my gosh. I was about to get suspended from school because of skipping school or skipping class. Meanwhile, I was there for every class. That was a weird one to try to explain to the parents. Like, I just don't remember to do it. Like, I'm there. I'm there. Like, I am present. And I feel like there's a way to, like, check that, of course. Like, I was still turning in assignments and stuff like that. I don't know. Should be a workaround, but I'm not tech savvy enough. All right, let's pull up the TikToks, and then I'll see if I can find my old animation and stuff. That'd be kind of a weird trip down memory lane.
Stuff's happening. Every episode has a...
Casually watching Buffy the
My favorite
Vampire
TV
Slayer.
show. I think it is objectively one of the best TV shows ever made.
It's so good. I'm resisting just to speak along all the lines. So.
Hello. What commentary do you have? Psych!
Plot twist!
It's not the guy. It's not a thing lurking in the darkness. It was her.
She queen.
and they're all baby. You need
They're
to
so-
understand.
they're so
you go on a
baby.
journey with all these actors, and in this first season,
Yeah.
they are all so baby.
They are children.
Check it out.
From the library, where the books live.
Checking out library books. Don't want to go back to that.
Where the books live.
What's what?
And that gym was full of vampire... asbestos.
Asbestos.
Vampire asbestos. Iconic. Sorry.
The Slayer. To each generation, a Slayer is born.
Oh,
One
rip.
girl in all the world, a chosen.
What? You like sail away for the time lives?
There was so many sweaty David Boreanaz posters I wish I could have had on my wall, but then I was like, can't.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was a hot girl poster where
She
she
was.
played off as your crush, but actually she was mother.
She was mother.
These were advanced concepts back then.
It's not as though you've been having the nightmare.
Uh-oh.
He knows.
He knows.
Ooh!
This effect makes him look really small. He's not miniature. They tried. Buffy as a show just gets better and better and better, but as a pilot, I thought that was a pretty strong one. You get to meet all the characters, funny writing, vampires, scary, skeleton,
Introduced
master.
to everything.
World building,
Yeah.
stuff's happening. Every episode has a plot twist. Trust
Yeah.
me, even in season 1, you think you know, oh, I've seen this horror movie before, oh, I've seen this high school trope before,
Yeah.
and they always, like the start with the boy
Yeah.
and the girl in the school, it's always the opposite of what you think. This show was so cool. It was so groundbreaking.
Indulging me watching Buffy again for the 900th time.
Yeah, I mean, this is like your content, but it's also Phil's
It's mine.
special moment.
It's
so.
mine, and I'm glad that you're sharing it with me.
Heck yeah.
If you know me at all, you'll
Oh,
know
that's
that Buffy
nice.
the Vampire
That's nice. Phil's special moment. We're sharing it with him. Dan said that Buffy is closer to Phil's heart than him, and Phil's response was that if he had to choose between Dan and Buffy, it would be difficult. I feel like a fake fan because I've heard Phil talk about Buffy so much, but I've never actually watched it. I have seen quite a few episodes in passing because my oldest brother, actually really loved the show when it was on. So I would catch an episode every now and then, and it was interesting. I was pretty young at the time, so I wasn't fully following everything, as I've said when I've reacted to Buffy, but I could tell that it was an entertaining show. Scary at parts. I thought it looked pretty good. For the time. I like the fact that it's very practical effects, so you don't get that gross, like, CGI coming of millennia CGI. Oh, but yeah, super practical effects. I thought all the actors were phenomenal. Everyone was interesting. Characters were interesting. The vampires were scary. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those shows that really benefited from. I think what a lot of those late 90s, early 2000s shows benefited from was the quality of television back then. A lot of the TV shows were not good, really not good. And the good ones or the great ones really stood out. And what really helped with those great ones with the practical effects and maybe a little bit of CGI was the fact that TV qualities were not good. It was standard def. A lot of times it was over the airwaves, antenna, whatever. Sometimes you had some cable as well, but even then, the quality was not good on the broadcast itself. So it really aided it. I don't know if I've seen any sort of like Buffy remastered and how that would look on a new TV. But I'm assuming not good. I think the old tube TVs were perfect for that show. Used to watch a bit when it ran on TV, but never caught every episode. True. Yeah. That was kind of a lot of TV back then. Unless you bought like the VHS tapes, cassettes, or later when they came out with DVD box sets or whatever. Usually it was just kind of catching it when you catch it. Unless you were watching it live, set a timer for whatever time it came on, and tried to stay current with it. Otherwise, you would just jump in like 15 minutes into an episode. I did that constantly with Buffy and Magnum PI and just a bunch of random stuff. I would just 20 minutes in, 15 minutes in, 10 minutes in. I never watched a lot of everything from beginning to end. X-Files. Man, it was a weird experience back then. Now that we're in the era of I want to watch what I want to watch and I want to watch it now. And you could pull it up, start from the beginning, boom. You could pause it, whatever. Looking back on like just standard television, it was kind of crazy in the fact that, you know, maybe you're looking through the TV guide, even the paper TV guide. That's really old. But paper TV guide, maybe you have like an on-screen guide through like cable TV, trying to find the show that you're trying to find, or you're trying to look through it at the currently airing shows, and you're like, none of this really interests me, but that show, like, let's say Buffy, is coming on in like 20 minutes. So I'll stick around. I'll find something to watch for 20 minutes. And then you have to, of course, remember in 20 minutes to flip back over. It was crazy. Now looking back on it, it seems like such a weird time. A lot of people don't realize how groundbreaking Buffy was for women, but especially to have one of the main characters end up as a lesbian. Yeah. Recently got all 7 seasons on DVD, secondhand and cheap. Nice. Nice. Physical media is where it's at. I'm, you know, for a little while, I was starting to, you know, buy digitally movies off of like Amazon and stuff like that. And then I saw a bunch of news stories of like, oh, they're removing this, they're removing that. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you buy something, that is yours. Like that shouldn't be this concept of yesteryear. like if you buy something, you should own it. Like, I feel like that's just universal fact, universal truth. But apparently not in the digital age. It's kind of crazy. Don't watch it remastered. They changed the aspect ratio on the remaster. Oh, gross. Gross. So we saw parts of the set that were never meant to be seen. No, really? Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? You're seeing like the side with like people staring at the actors and oh God, that'd be terrible. Apparently fix those mistakes now with the remastered. That's good. That is good. I think I would want it in the original quality. I don't want it remastered. I want it in that kind of like gross. Well, actually, I guess the show wouldn't be that gross. It was gross because I watched it over the air. Over antenna or whatever. And that made it like crackly and had like the feedback or whatever. I don't know. Something about that is so nostalgic to me. Cyberpunk 2.0. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Zappy zappy ouch time.
You remembered it? Oh my god.
No.
What?
No, I just said that.
It must be deep in you though. That's crazy.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I feel like I just improvised that.
No, it's deep in your hole.
Why the fuck would I just remember zappy zappy ouch time 8 years later?
I don't remember that one.
If we say different words. Zappy zappy ouch time.
You remembered it? Oh my god.
Zappy zappy ouch time. That's so funny.
No,
what?
No, I just said.
Oh my gosh.
Forgotten.
Uh-oh.
We didn't just ask you, Dan or Phil.
And I bet right now
you
you're
know where
thinking,
this is going.
What? No, I forgot those the traitors.
We could.
And then we just disappear into the fog.
Bye.
And I bet right now
you
you're
know where
thinking,
this is going.
What? No, I've forgotten.
This reaction was amazing. They reacted to their second tour this week. Nice. Generally can't remember who ended up being sacrificed. I remember when I went to Interactive Introverts, we sacrificed Dan. Oh.
University.
Yeah.
And it also seems pretty cool.
went to York University.
They were in the first few months of their relationship, and Phil was willing to be long distance again if it meant Dan would be happy.
I did. I said, York University is a pretty good university.
Yeah.
And it also seems pretty cool. And you were like, oh my God, let's go on an open day and I can show you around. Because
yes. I know all the places.
I did all of that.
Do you know, for real, I thought York would be good for you because I enjoyed it so much. And I hadn't really known much about the University of Manchester. So I was just like, I'm going to show you all of my favorite stuff. And then if you want to go, we can make it work.
You went to York University.
Oh, I did. Wow.
I said, York University is a pretty good university.
Yeah.
And it also seems pretty cool.
Very
like,
deep
oh
lore.
my God, let's go on an open day and I can show you around. Because
yes. I know all the places.
I did all of that.
Do you know, for real, I thought York would be good for you because I enjoyed it so much. And I hadn't really...
Wow. Phil, the sweetheart. The sweetheart Phil, the self-sacrificing. Did he sacrifice himself on the wheel? Dan also took a chunk out of his leg at the show. Ow. Ow. It still has a scar from it. Oh, jeez. He tripped on the set. It's engraved in my memory. Oh, jeez. Oh, that would be me. That would be me in a live show. Just falling over. Not having a good time. Bleeding everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. And so good. Oh, that was very sweet. That's a sweet note to end on. Phil willing to go long distance. I will say I just looked at it's an hour and a half train ride from Manchester to York. That's that's nothing to scoff at, right? Hour and a half. That's it's not super long, obviously, but that is a distance, and that would be very weird. Obviously, I've seen a lot of movies and shows and whatnot where people go off to college or university and they have distance. Maybe the other person's still in high school. Maybe they go to different schools on different sides of the country. Hour and a half would probably be a weekend relationship where you meet up on the weekends, you go back to your school or whatever, take turns. Doable. Certainly doable. I would say that's more doable than, going out of state or out of country or out of region, I guess. Four-hour train ride. When you're an 18-year-old in the beginning of a relationship, it seems like a lot. Very true. Very true. At 18, life seems really grand, doesn't it? The world seems a little bigger. And then you get to be, did Dan just turn 36, 35, somewhere around there? When you get to that age, the world seems a little smaller. Phil's been the greenest flag from day one. True. True. He's a ride or die. He is a ride or die. Very selfless. Just turned 35. Gotcha. They were doing the 4-hour one like almost every weekend. Yeah, that is... I mean, it's doable, right? If you're really in love with somebody or you're really into somebody, you're going to make it work regardless. But, 4 hours, it's not too bad. Hard Eyes Howl was always so famous in the fandom. And I love Dan's love for Phil, but Phil loves Dan so much, it's seriously the sweetest thing. Yeah, very true. Phil was willing to, kind of hide away from, the public, if you will, for Dan, which is, if you're looking for a green flag, that's probably the greenest of greens. I I turned 36 today, so my world gets smaller now? Absolutely. Yep. You've reached the milestone. It is now very tiny. They're 87 and 91 babies. Nice. Very nice. From Dan's house to Phil's house, 4 hours one way. Yeah, that is a distance. It's not too bad, though. Not too bad. I guess if you left your place Friday night, got there, then you would have all of Saturday, most of Sunday, and then head back late Sunday, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that would get kind of tiring doing it one way. So obviously you would hopefully would take turns. Nunu turned 25 today. Well, don't rub it in. Oh my gosh. 25 on the 25th. Nice. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 25. It'll never not be crazy to me until 2022, the longest Dan and Phil have been apart since they met was 2 weeks. Yeah. That's a distance. That is a distance, especially if, well, I guess if you're married, you don't really spend a lot of time away from each other. You live in the same place usually. You typically vacation together, like you go to other person's family for holidays or whatever. They go to yours. Yeah, there's usually not a lot of away time. So 2 weeks is decently away. Phil hitting the big 40 next year. Wow. All right, Phil. Phil would take a bus to meet Dan for the bus ride back every time from Phil's house to Manchester, which is really cute. Well, that's nice. Kind of meeting them at the meeting point, and then they go back together. That's extremely sweet. Extremely sweet. I never realized they had that big of an age gap. Yeah. It's not too big, right? It doesn't seem that big. It's actually almost 5 years. It's not bad. 4 hours is a long journey in the UK. It takes me 3 and a bit to get from my part of England to Wales. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking with United States brain. 4 hours is like nothing. Where it's just like, yeah, it's a big trip. It's a pretty decent trip. It could be a weekend, no big deal. I used to drive 3 hours to go to a specific airport. Still in the same state. And that was just because I really like direct flights. So I will be willing to drive to an airport just to get a direct flight. And I used to drive 3 hours. And once I had to pick somebody up from that airport, so I drove 3 hours, picked him up, drove 3 hours back. So it was 6 hours of driving in one day. That was interesting. And of course, I've been on road trips and whatnot, driving many more hours than that. Not a bad age gap at all. It's just that most people would expect them to be the same age or Phil to be the younger one. I would, if I were just to see them, I would probably think they were the same age. Because they're so in sync. Like it's almost like the same person, obviously with very different personalities. But they are extremely in sync for being slightly different. It is unbelievable, honestly. They mesh so well. It's kind of crazy. Helps that Phil is a younger brother and Dan's an older brother. Oh, yeah. Yep. That helps. Me and my bestie are 5 years apart. Generally doesn't feel like it. Feels like we're the same age, even though I'm 24 and she's almost 19. Yeah, if you are really friendly with somebody and obviously you share a lot of the same interests and you hang out a lot, you start adopting each other's mannerisms and stuff like that. It literally feels like you're related in some way. Those years don't mean much, really. They don't mean much until you actually like point it out or like, you know, think of it. Because I don't think I've ever thought about friends' ages. Ever. Only during like birthdays. So yeah, they could have been 5 years older, 5 years younger. I don't know. I would say it was more of a significant gap when they first met. Dan was just starting uni when Phil had graduated. Yeah. Yeah, school has a weird way of doing that. Because we're so enamored with our grade level. I'm a senior. They're a sophomore. Like, we speak in terms of these grade levels when in reality, when you get, 20 years down the road, 2-3 years is like nothing, right? They go that quick. 4 years is a very normal age difference in couples. Depends on what age you meet. True. Some people think Dan is young enough to be Phil's son. That's interesting. I don't see that at all. Dan has a very older person personality. More so than Phil. Phil's got a little touch of the whimsical left in him, which is very cool. It's very fun. Little bit of the whimsy. Which makes him seem younger, I guess. Yeah, if you think about it too much, it's crazy. I just realized the other day that I've been living in my current house longer than my friend has been alive. Oh, jeez. Happened a few times, like in the hospital when they've traveled abroad. Yeah. Definitely doesn't look like that way anymore. Dan finally grew out his baby face. True. Very true. That is a huge difference that I've noticed, is Dan actually looks like he's in his 30s at this point, which is good. He definitely had a baby face, for sure. When he was in his 20s, he could pass as a teenager. Very true. Very true.
What would you want to only be for?
Yeah. Yep. Very, very true. Let's see if we can find the next video being a younger. Nope.
In case you...
What color is your slope?
I accidentally...
Not friend.
Right, okay.
Nope.
We're doing...
Things me and Dan
Nope.
have stopped. All right, my 16-year situation.
Oh, that's a weird one to
show
pass
you
by.
Nerdy stuff, so be nice. We're not lying.
Based on the person you are now, what would you redo and why?
I think we should have both come out as a relationship sooner.
Oh. Oh. That's...
I found it. You found it.
Yeah, that is a prime baby face right there. Nope, your feed is 2026, Dan and Phil, right? I had to scroll. Dan has grumpy old man energy, and Phil has more of a looks at the world with childlike wonder vibe. Yeah. Yep. It's perfect, isn't it? It reminds me of the Pixar movie Up with the grumpy old man and the kid with whimsy. Wildlife. Wildlife explorers. Wilderness explorers. Dan actually said that if he knew everything he knew, now that he wouldn't want to be on the hot. Wait, what? Dan actually, let me read. Hold on. Let me stop for a second and read it. I don't know why I tried to comment before I finished reading it and I just stumbled on it. Dan actually said that if he knew everything he knew now, that he wouldn't have gone on hiatus. Interesting. Little retrospective there. Like that. One has gone through a bit more childhood trauma than the other. That explains quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is a baby face. Baby face. It's kind of weird how it lasts longer in some and then it just disappears quick in others. Very strange. And we all know exactly what it is, too. Like, you know it when you see it. It's kind of nuts. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. It's wonderful seeing how well adjusted and genuinely good person Dan is now, because his childhood was not easy. Indeed, he does seem at peace, at least publicly facing, right? Like what we can see, which is good, which is very good. I love that. Love that for him. Obviously, Phil seems like he's in a pretty comfortable spot right now. I think that's putting it mildly. Phil is comfortable, and he deserves that as well. So happy for them both. They seem to be doing well. We wish them well, of course. He got himself a Phil. We all need a Phil. Find yourself a Phil. Do it. Phil is always in a comfortable spot. True. True. You know what's funny? Watching the first Amazing Phil video, it felt very natural for him. Like, he didn't have to try very hard, and he just nailed it. Nailed it on the first attempt, which is kind of crazy. It just kind of proves that he was meant to do this. But appreciate everyone being here. Happy Friday to you. If you'd like to request your own videos, toddreacts.com is how you do it. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to join us live, all these fine people. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Free and easy way to support. Join us in the Discord. We don't bite. We're very friendly. We welcome everybody. And yeah, I will see you all on Wednesday. It's going to be a couple days. No Monday stream. I didn't miss one this week. But it's been fun. 3 streams this week. Good night, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Do something fun. Eat something wild that you've never had before. Be safe, all that good stuff. Almost 2 a.m. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. Take care. See you Wednesday.